Good morning, YouTube. Today I want to talk about whether or not your car has to be loud.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan and this is our dealership NG Supercars, and yes, we sell cars like this Speciale and that Viper back there and the 430 and some other cool stuff. But we also sell parts and services, so if you'd like to support us, please visit our website, NobleGuysSupercar.com. But that's not what this is about. This is about whether or not your car needs to be loud. So I just saw an article on Motor Trend's website, and it basically was arguing that no, you don't have to have a loud car and that EVs are taking over and blah, 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 blah. I think it's more nuanced than that. So I actually want your guys' opinion, but let's get into it real quick and talk about this because, well, I think it is actually kind of an important discussion. All right, so I'll link the article in the description below, but basically they were arguing that because our EVs are faster than some of these cars, that sound doesn't really matter. And here's the thing that I think is missed so much about the EV thing and sound and whatever. Car enthusiasts are different than just people buying cars. Yes, EVs are awesome. EVs are great for daily driving. They are great for commuting to work. They are great for all those sorts of things. But they lose that sense of sound. They also lose some of that emotion. That is a part of the experience and part of the reason that we are automobile enthusiasts. I mean, I don't know about you, but personally, one of the things that really made me want a Ferrari is hearing it. It wasn't just seeing it. Seeing it was gorgeous. The sound it made when it flew by on a track or on a road is really an appealing thing. And if you only have 5 senses and you eliminate one of those senses entirely, let's be real, we're probably not really tasting the cars a whole lot. So we're down 2 senses already. You can sometimes touch the car. You can certainly feel and experience the car, and you got the sight. But if you lose the sound, that's a big part of the whole thing and part of the enjoyment of these cars. Now, I do agree with one thing in the whole argument of loud versus quiet, whatever, which is I don't think that they necessarily need to be loud per se. Like, I don't think I need decibels. Like, I'm not on this mission to shatter my ears and make sure that, I have ringing in my ears every time I go to bed. Actually, I kind of like it when it's a little bit more melatonin. But I do want to be able to feel the exhaust, and I do want to have the right sound. And unfortunately, for a lot of these cars, they can't produce the right sound without being loud. Now, a great example is the 458 and the 430. More so even the 458. The 458 from the factory has a very bassy sound to it. It's very deep. It doesn't really sound like a Ferrari, in my opinion. It kind of sounds something else. Now, to get the Ferrari to sound great, to get the 458 to sound great, you need to pull out the exhaust. And you can put an X-pipe in it alone. It changes the pitch a little bit. And yes, that does make it sound better and more like a traditional Ferrari with that high-pitched scream, but it's still not quite there. So then you can take out the cats and put in sport cats. Again, just not quite there. You delete the cats entirely, the volume goes up a lot, but the pitch and the sound starts to sound incredible. And that's when you really get that glorious Ferrari sound. And then you take it even a step further and you replace the header. So now you've got an entirely new exhaust, and it's super free flowing, and it's very, very, very loud. But, oh, yes, it just, it makes the heart go. It just gets that emotion, that excitement, that visceral feeling. That is the thing that we love. So yes, I do think that being loud for the sake of being loud is silly, and it's not really the goal, and no, it's not necessary for us enthusiasts, but having it be loud to get the right sound is kind of, unfortunately, one of the things that we want. We want that sound. We want it to sound right. And, well, that means sometimes it's got to be loud. So we got to monkey around with the Tesla Plaid about a year ago or so, and I'll admit, it is fun. It's fast. It's just stupid, mind-bending fast.
Yeah, that's a lot more like the McLaren. Yeah.
We drove it around for a day, and after a day, we were bored of the car. It just was like, okay, there's only so many times that you can do launch control and be like, yay! After a while, you're kind of like, okay. I don't know about you, but like, I also like braking and turning and driving it on a twisty road and having all these other sensations and hearing the car, hearing this exciting loud noise. I mean, when I drive my GT40 right now, part of the exciting thing about it is when you stomp that pedal and it opens up, this just roar, this just incredible thing is right behind your head, just screaming at you, just giving you this huge excitement. And it just, oh my God, by the time you shifted to fourth gear, your heart's racing and you're excited. And look at, I'm getting excited just talking about it. This is right here. This feeling, this excitement, this is car enthusiasm. This is why we love cars. It's the all-encompassing experience, and deleting one of those senses is unfortunately just never going to make it the same. So yes, electric cars are here to stay, and yes, they are fast as hell and they are cool, but they'll never be the same. There's a reason why a lot of us enthusiasts do not like them and find them kind of boring. That is part of it. The excitement of the internal combustion engine just making all sorts of great explosion sounds is just fantastic. So anyway, I want to hear your comments, so feel free to give your opinions below. Are you ever going to buy an EV? I mean, I don't know about you, but I will gladly buy one for commuting. I think if I was commuting to downtown Austin every day, absolutely. In fact, I actually prefer being in a quiet car when I'm just driving around and doing my own thing. So like my truck, my diesel truck, I know you're thinking diesel, it's not quiet. Well, it's actually stupid quiet inside that truck. And when I bought it, I remember a bunch of people are like, oh, you should make it loud and put an exhaust in, blah, blah. And I was like, you're crazy. I love that I can get in that truck, drive it down the highway, and it's almost perfectly silent, and I can sit there and just listen to music, relax, whatever, especially because I'm driving that thing on long road trips. We've taken it all across the country, back and forth multiple times. The last thing I want to do is have this loud clacking diesel sound for 6 hours straight. That sounds miserable. We've taken some of these super loud cars on road trips, and it's kind of sucks. Like when you start having a super loud car screaming at you for hours and hours, man, it is not good. I'll tell you, when we drove to Colorado the first year, we did our tour of Colorado, and I had my old 458, and it was so loud without the valves. Let me tell you, we got there, and that first night, I couldn't sleep because my ears were ringing so bad. That's not cool. That's not fun. I don't like that. But to have that experience for a short period of time, yes, that's awesome. Well, anyway, again, put in the comments below, what's your opinions? Are you into EVs? Is sound a requirement? Is that part of the reason that you get excited about these cars? Is that one of the reasons that you like cars? We'll talk about it some more, but that's gonna do it for this video. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching and giving your opinions. We will be doing more cool car stuff, so you're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.